Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And today we are going to finish the other half of our red maple leaf diamond. So we are going to start with row 26. All right, we're going to chain one and turn. One second. All right. So we used to, for the first 25 rows, chain two and turn. But now, until this is complete, we're going to chain one and turn, and this is the reason. We are decreasing on both ends, right? So we're going to slip stitch in the first stitch and slip stitch in the second. And these are the two doubles that we're slip stitching in. Now we're down to the single, and we're going to start our square in that single crochet. And that is the brown. And we just made a corner, as you can see right there. Okay. And then we're going to switch over to our blue, and we need to put 4 blue in. And as you guys know, we have started out with 25 squares in the last row, and we are going to have 24 squares in this row because we're decreasing. So now it'll go down by 1 square every row. Okay, and then we've got the 4 blue in, and we're going to switch over to brown, and we need to put 5 brown in. So there is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 right there. And now we need our red. And now we're going to put 9 red in. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we're going to finish off this row by putting 4 blue and 1 brown. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to put, so we used to finish off up here. We are now going to be finishing off right here. So right on that blue, we'll be finishing off from now on at the end of your rows. So you put your brown in there, and then this stitch right here, we're just going to slip stitch into it. And there you go. So that is, that's row 26, and that's what it looks like. And let's mark that off. Chain 1 and turn, and we're going to slip stitch in the first 2, remember, and then we're going to make our square in that 3rd stitch with the brown, and then we're going to switch over to blue. And we need 3 blue, so there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to switch over to red, and we need to put 10 red in. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is 10. And then we're going to switch over to the blue. Now we need 8 blue and 1 brown to finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Switching over to brown. Now remember, our last stitch at the end of the row is on this last blue one from now on until our diamond is finished. So I put my, and then there's this stitch right here. We're just going to slip stitch in it just to connect it. And there we go. You see how the sides are going up now? Alright, so that is row 27, and that's what it should look like, row 27. We'll mark it off. Chain 1 and turn. And we're going to slip stitch in the first 2. And start our square in that third one. Now we need 7. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alright, and then we're going to switch over to the red, and we need 11 red. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, we're going to finish this square off by putting 2 blue and a brown in. Not this square. Finish off this row. There's 28 rows. Okay, so let's mark off that row. Go to 29. We're going to chain 1 and turn. We're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. There we go. You'll be doing it this way all the way through. I think I told you that. Alright, so now we're going to go to blue and put 1 blue in. And then we need to switch to red, and now we need 12 red. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. And this is 12. And then we're going to switch to blue. And we need to put 6 blue and a brown to finish off this row. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. And then Here's our brown. All right, there's 29 rows there, and what it looks like. Mark off that 29th row. And then now we're going to row 30. Chain 1 and turn. And we'll start off with our brown as usual. Alright, so in row 30 we will be down to 20 squares. So we went from 25 to 20. And we are going to, we're switching over to blue, and we need 5 blue next. So there's 3. 4. And 5. And then we're going to switch over to our red. And now we need 9 red. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And 9. And then we're going to switch back to the blue, and we need 4 blue and a brown to finish off this row. So there's 1. 2. 3. And 4. Switching over to our brown. Alright, so that is row 30, and like I said, you're down to 20 squares in this row. You should have 20. Alright, so 31. Chain one and turn. Alright, we're starting off with our brown, and now we need 3 blue. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to switch over to red and put 9 red in. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now we're switching over to blue, and we're going to finish off this row by putting 5 blue and 1 brown at the end. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Our brown right here. And there's 31, row 31, and what it should look like. Alright, so we will be back for row 32. Alright, so 32. Chain 1 and turn. Alright, so we started out with brown, And now we need 4 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to switch over to red and put 10 red in. Alright, so there's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, and then we're going to switch over to our blue, and we need to finish this up with 2 blue and a brown. So there's 1 and 2. Alright, and there is 32 done. We'll mark it off. $33. Alright, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And we're going to start our brown square here. And then switching over to the blue, we need 1 blue. And then we need to switch over to the red and put 10 red in again. So there's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to switch over to the blue, and we're going to finish off this row with 4 blue and a brown. So there's 2, 3, and 4. All right, so there is row 33 and what it looks like. So we're going to mark that off. Move on to 34. And chain 1 and turn. So our first square, as usual, is always brown. And then we need to go to blue. And we need to put 3 blue in. So there's 1. 2. And 3. Switching over to red. And we need to put 7 red in this time. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. And 7. All right, and then we're going to switch over to blue. And now we need to finish this row off by putting 4 blue and 1 brown at the end here. there's 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so there is what row 34 looks like. And we will mark it off. $35. We're going to chain 1 and turn. And we start our square with the brown as usual. And then we switch over to blue, and we need 4 blue. So there's 2, 3, and 4. Switching over to red. We need 6 red. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to blue. And we need 3 blue and a brown to finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, and this is 3. Switching over to our brown and finishing off the row with that. Alright, and so that is row 35, and you should have 15 squares in this row. So we're down to 15 squares. But look at our leaf, it's shaping up. Look at that. That's awesome. Alright. The red maple leaf, that is my favorite fall leaf. I love the red maple, especially the red maple tree with full of red leaves. Alright, so we are starting row 36 off with the brown. And then we need to go to blue, and we're going to put 2 blue in. And then we need to switch over to red. And we're going to put 2 red in. So there's 1. And 2. And then we'll switch back over to blue. And we need 2 blue in. So there's 1. And 2. And then going back to our red, we need to put 3 red. One, 2, and 3. And now we're going to finish this row off with 3 blue and a brown at the end. And that is what row 36 looks like. And we will be back for row 37 in a moment. Alright, so I forgot to mark off 36. And then we're going to get ready for 37. Hi, so it's me again. I don't know what happened to the last part of this video, but 37 and on is missing. I even got new SD cards, so I can't figure out what's going on with my videos. Anyhow, I wanted to go over rows 37 through 49 for you, so that you know exactly how these colors go. So we always start out with the brown and 37, and then there is 3 blue, 2 red, 3 blue, 1 red, 2 blue, and then of course we end with the brown, 1 brown. In row 38, it is 1 brown, 2 blue, 1 red, 3 blue, 2 red, 2 blue, and then the brown at the end. In 39, we have brown, 2 blue, 1 red, 6 blue, and then the brown. In 40, the color is 1 brown, 5 blue, 2 red, 1 blue, and then 1 brown. In row 41,
is, well, in row 40, you're also down to 10 squares, just to let you know. You should be down to 10 squares by the time you get to 40. All right, so 41, it is 1 brown, 1 blue, 1 red, 5 blue, and then 1 brown. And then when you're done with 41, you can cut off the red, because then we're just going to be dealing with 2 different colors, which is your brown and your blue. So in row 42 is 1 brown, 6 blue, 1 brown. And so you'll just keep going. In 43, 1 brown, 5 blue, 1 brown. And 44, 1 blue, 4 blue. No, 1 brown, 4 blue, and 1 brown. All right, and 45 is 1 brown, 3 blue, and 1 brown. And 46 is 1 brown, 2 blue, 1 brown. And then 47 is 1 brown, 1 blue, and then 1 brown. And then you'll cut off the blue right after you're done with 47. You're done with the blue. And then in 48, you're going to put 2 brown, because you'll be down to 2 squares. And then in 49, you'll just put 1 brown. And that will finish off your diamond. And I do apologize. I hope this helps. And, you know, hope this all helps, okay? So we're going to continue on to do the border next.
Okay, so there's our fall leaf. This is the back side and this is the front side. So you want the back side to face you, or if you like the other side better, however you want your front side to be. All right, so we are going to start up in this corner here, and these two sides right here are the long sides, and these sides down here are the short sides. So we'll start up in the corner. And then we're going to put 2 half double crochets in that corner. And we're going to finish that corner when we come back around. And then you'll see 2 stitches right here. We put a half double crochet. And then this section right here, there's 3 stitches to put 1 half double crochet in. And then this section here, there's just 2 stitches there. So we'll just put a half double crochet in each one of those. And so on and so forth. So this one is 3, this one's 2, this one's 3, this one's 2. And you'll go all the way down, putting a half double crochet in each, and then I will see you at the end of this side, at the next corner. Okay, so then we have, we're at the corner here, and in the corner we're going to put 2 half double crochets, and we're going to chain 2, and then put 2 half double crochets. And then we need to go down this split. That was the long side, and by the end of this side you should have had like 58 to 60 stitches, somewhere in there. All right, and then this stitch right here going down the short side, this long stitch here, this is where we put those 3 stitches in to make that falling leaf stitch. We are just going to put a half double crochet in there, and then you're going to see this double crochet next, and we're going to put 2 half double crochets around that, and then there's a space right there. put a half double crochet there, and then a half double crochet in that stitch again. So it ends up being 2, 2, 2 all the way down. So 2 there, and 1 and 2 here, until you get down to the other end. And by the time you get down to the corner on this one, you should have about 48 to 50 stitches on the short sides. So both long sides and both short sides are the same. And so we're just going to go all the way around it that way, making sure that our corners is 2 half double crochet, chain 2, 2 half double crochet. So I will see you for round 2 of this border. Okay, so round 2 of this, we're going to chain 1, and you're going to put 2 half double crochets in this corner. And again, we're going to finish that up when we come back around. All right, so we're going to put a half, nope, I didn't do that right. In the front loop only, we're going to put a half double crochet going down the sides. So all around, the corners will still be the same, 2 half double crochet, chain 2, and 2 half double crochet. But in the front loop only, we're going to put a half double crochet, and that causes this little design in the fabric while we're doing that. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way around and with doing that, and I will be back for round 2 or 3 of this border. Okay, so we're going to chain 1, and we're going to turn this whole thing. This is row 3, the last row of our border. So in this corner, we're just going to put 3 single crochets. And then in the back loop only, we're going to single crochet and in the back loops only. And you're going to do that all the way around. And the corners have changed to 3 single crochets in each corner instead of what we were doing before. And so there we have the reason why we're doing back loop is because to bring out this design like we did down here. So we have 2 rows of that design. So anyway, you go all the way around with that, and when you come back around, you'll just slip stitch the first single crochet that you started with and cut off your yarn, and that way, and then that'll be done. It'll be all finished. So I hope you guys had a lot of fun making this fall leaf diamond, and I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye bye now.